Okay, you're probably wondering why I'm doing this so late. Yeah, E3 is over. Well, to be honest, I was gonna do something else, but it didn't really pan out that well. And I wasn't sure if I should have made this a what's your opinion video or not, but really, I'm not gonna have the time to work on a comments video next week. I'll still be working on the Galaxy 2 week. So I just want to go over everything that caught my attention at E3 this year, mainly Nintendo. Come on, if you know me, you know I just pay attention to Nintendo. If you like Sony and Microsoft, cool. I'm sure they had some games that you were happy about, like Killzone on the Move, or Twisted Metal, or SOCOM 4, or Forza on Kinect. I'm just here to talk about Nintendo's games. And here's the first one. The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. I'm sorry, but this was probably the biggest disappointment at Nintendo's E3 conference this year. It was probably because of the demo and how it wasn't working with the interference, but still, you know, Zelda's the big thing. You had to make sure that worked. I'm not sure what the problem was. Thankfully, they say that it's working, but I guess the other really disappointing factor in it was the graphics. I was expecting Twilight Princess, but with more realistic look. I was expecting them to take Twilight Princess style and use it to maximize what the Wii is capable of. Wasn't expecting this at all. It's like Space World 2001 all over again. I liked Wind Waker, but I like the realistic graphics more. And when I first saw the trailer with Link and he takes his sword out and moves it towards the side, he looked feminine for a while, and it made me want to throw up. It would be like making Samus look like a guy. It's horrible. After seeing the trailer again, I have started to really get more interested in it. And I think it's cool that the symbol in the back of the logo is the same one that's on the Hyrule shield. So I'm guessing they're going to go into the history about that. There are rumors about it's the creation of the Master Sword. We can speculate on Zelda games a lot. I mean, we speculated a lot on Twilight Princess, and pretty much everything we speculated on was true. Link turned into the wolf. Midna was Twilight Princess. So I guess the speculation will probably pay off again this time. We'll just have to wait and see. Looking over the trailer for Skyward Sword, it looked like Link had spent some time at Wii Sports Resort. The bomb, the sword, the beetle glider. It just looked like they took everything from Wii Sports Resort and put it into a Zelda game. Which is probably a good idea, because this will probably bridge the gap between casual and core gamers. The casual fans who played Wii Sports Resort will definitely have an easier time getting into Zelda. And Zelda was already pretty much catered to fans anyway. There really isn't that much of a problem. And I love the fact that we're going to see some puzzles using motion control instead of just using the items. Now, I've actually been trying to get into the Kirby series. I've only played 2 of them on the DS. Kirby Canvas Curse and Super Ultra Star. But this one actually caught my attention a bit. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Okay, ridiculous name aside. The art style looks fantastic, and the gameplay looks nice as well. Using your yarn to catch enemies, throw attacks back at enemies, being able to grab a side of a page and just bring it over to you. It's very creative, and I can actually really look forward to it. It may not be the one I get right away, but I at least have an interest in looking into it. I remember back in about 2007 or so, and Reggie Fils and me just kept talking about getting GoldenEye on the Wii. He at least promised that he would get GoldenEye for the Wii, and would work hard to get it. I assumed he meant the Virtual Console, but hey, a remake? I'll take that. Now the graphics look a little unpolished. They look kind of blurry and not really well done. Gameplay looks good though. And multiplayer with offline and online multiplayer? That was the only thing I loved about GoldenEye. I don't care for first-person shooters, but GoldenEye is an exception. And I've heard you can use the classic controller, which would really help out in the 4-player split screen, because I'm not sure how that would actually work with everybody trying to aim. Using the Wiimote to aim, it just kind of get claustrophobic. Either way, I'd probably get GoldenEye for the multiplayer again. This one probably got me the most excited, because I thought this series had finally died. But to see it revitalized? Retro, you guys are awesome. After seeing this, and reading that it actually has two-player co-op, I just want to go down to Retro Studios and give everyone there a big hug. Yes, it's co-op. And they have different moves. Like, you know, Donkey Kong can ground pound like he could in the first one, but being able to roll up in a ball and have Diddy Kong right on top of him like that? Or Diddy Kong using his peanut pop gun or the rocket barrel boost? Yes! The only thing that kind of bothered me was that the enemies weren't Kremlings. They were these Tiki Tribe guys, and I can hear a lot of people complaining that this is going to be a ripoff of Crash. Oh well, looks awesome and I can't wait for it. To be honest, I really wasn't paying that much attention to Epic Mickey when it was first announced. I mean, I've never really been a fan of dark, gloomy type games. But after seeing the demonstration that they had, it really does look really good. It's how do I put this? It's just incredible. The abilities that you're able to do, you can destroy or create the world. Your decisions will have an impact on it. I can't wait to see how they do it. I'm hoping they really flesh this out. I mean, there's a lot of potential with this. So yeah, I can actually look forward to Epic Mickey now. I wasn't really looking forward to it that much before, but now I'm really interested. Then of course there was the 3DS. A lot of people weren't getting that excited for it, but knowing that it wasn't just another DS remake, like the DSi, the DSi XL, and seeing all the games for it, and the capability? Ooh, wow. So what organ do I have to sell to get all of this? The 3DS, the games, and the games that are coming for the 3DS? The first game showed off, Kid Icarus. Who wasn't gasping at that and how beautiful it was? And then there were the other games that were announced for it. The remakes and the new games. Yes, there's a Paper Mario for it, but these other games got me more excited. Star Fox 64 3DS, Ocarina of Time 3DS, Mario Kart 3DS sounded standard. But hey, it's Mario Kart. And to have it on a 3DS? Sounds good to me. But I wasn't expecting a Kingdom Hearts 3DS. That caught me off guard. And so did Metal Gear Solid. And it was Metal Gear Solid 3. And I couldn't believe that they had Street Fighter 4 on there. They couldn't even get that on the Wii. All these games, all the third-party publishers coming out for it, and all the third-party games that are coming out on the Wii itself, like Epic Mickey and GoldenEye, it felt, when I see all these games, Donkey Kong Country, Kirby, GoldenEye, Legend of Zelda, it kind of felt like we had stepped back into the Super Nintendo and 64-bit era, and for a brief moment it felt like these guys had never really left. It felt amazing. Definitely one of my favorite E3s of all time. And I guess I'll bring up Sonic Colors and seeing the gameplay for that real quick. It's kind of weird because this is a Wii exclusive, yet the daytime levels look like they came straight from the 360 version. Not quite sure why they did that, and the levels themselves look like they could have been a 360 game. Maybe it's because I couldn't get a good look at them with the glare in the screen, but those just looked really good. And it also had the same boost as the Sonic Unleashed Date levels in the 360 version. But I still want that to come out next year. And after hearing that Zelda's coming out in 2011, but after seeing all the great games that we're getting this year, I'll gladly wait. Yes, I know that there were other games like Wii Party and Mario Sports Mix, but I had little to no interest in those games, to be honest. These got me the most excited. The one I'm most excited for, probably Donkey Kong Country Returns, followed closely by The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword and Sonic Colors. To be honest though, there were rumors about all these games coming out. Even GoldenEye, there was rumors about that. Everything else we kind of knew about, like Epic Mickey and Zelda. But the real surprise was just seeing all these games at once. It was enjoyable to say the least. But now, we just have to wonder just how much are we going to have to pay for all this. Oh boy. And in this economy, oh boy. Get ready to sell a leg.